All right, what's happening, good people? What's happening? This is Anthony L. Kelly. I'm back again with day two of this experiment. And so far, so good. So far, so good. I don't really have a lot of preliminary. I do have my cup, number one dad cup. Don't have any fruit today. I already ate the banana, so y'all gotta take my word for it. But I'm gonna fill up my cup and start writing here. Okay. I have the ceiling fan on. If you guys are wondering what the noise is, that whirling noise, and I don't have the light on, the ring light, or the white light, or whatever you call it, the ring there. I don't have that on, but I do have the blinds on behind me. If you guys hadn't heard that LL Cool J project with Q-Tip yet, man, you need to really look. I have this is a Bluetooth USB Bluetooth. I'm gonna plug that in my computer, and as soon as I get done with this session, I'm going to play my 12-inch Sir Vegas Bluetooth speakers that will blow your socks off. I'm gonna play that album, yes, and just vibe. Yeah. It's really important for me to point out that LL Cool J is in his mid 50s, I believe. Let me ask Siri. I'll explain a little bit more here. Siri, how old is LL Cool J?
LL Cool J is 56 years old.
Yep, that's what I thought. 56 years old. This is something. I don't even want to speak too fast about it, but I'll just say this. I've heard a lot of LL Cool J music, a lot over the years, over the past 40 years. Yeah, over the past 40 years. I've heard a lot of LL Cool J music. This is a brand new LL Cool J. This is a mature, this is a grown-up, smart, very smart LL Cool J. This is him inspiring other artists like Andre 3000. I hear a little Nas in LL Cool J. I think we're in this era where the older man is looking at the younger man now for inspiration. You know what I mean? I hear a little bit of Nas, and they got a song together called "Praise Him." You gotta listen to that twice. You can't just listen to that once and say, "Oh, I don't like that." You gotta listen to that song twice, because the first time I heard it, I was like, this is not for me. And then I heard it again. The second time I heard it, I said, "Oh, I see." So I'm on my third listen right now of the album, and it's a no skipper. No skipper. You don't have to skip a song. And that's lovely. That's refreshing. Not only that, Q-Tip goes in and out, and LL goes in and out. Buster, Nas, even Rick Ross. I don't even really rock with Rick Ross like that. Fat Joe, Saweetie, and he has a group of features on here. Snoop, oh my God, the first song, Snoop is going off. He's on the hook. He's not even rapping. He's just on the hook, going off. This is old school, like, this is mature. The hook, you can tell the maturity in Snoop. Anyways, talking about that too long. Let's get into it, man. Anthony L. Kelly, Bajillion. Chapter 1. It was another warm morning in Green Pond, a small town with only a handful of stop signs and one blinking yellow light. The charming little settlement sat approximately 13 miles northeast. I didn't save that yesterday. That should have been just north. Also, let me blow this up to 150. All right, let's start over. It was another warm morning in Green Pond, a small town with only a handful of stop signs and one blinking yellow light. The charming little settlement sat approximately 13 miles north of Walterboro, South Carolina. What little coolness that had been left behind by the night had all but faded away, and as the fog dissipated by the rising sun, the bajillion day dwellers of the forest were awakening to a new crisp morning. Somewhere in the lush green woods, a father and his son eagerly walked down a beaten path, brushing away spider webs while looking up and down for creepy crawlers. They were on their way to the fishing hole to catch a few redbreasts for dinner, or perhaps tomorrow's breakfast. With a look of serenity hovering above both dark faces, they were hoping that after reaching their destination, and like so many other times, peace and tranquility would once again take them over. Okay, so now I just stumbled across the words because this is what writers do, and I've been writing long enough. When a story is not done, it's really hard to read it without your mind editing at the same time. And that's what I'm doing. It's not that I can't read my own story. I know in my mind I wrote this story, so I'm editing, I'm reading words, and I'm like, should I change that? So I can't just think, should I change that and go on to the next word. I can't do that. I gotta focus there for a little while. And where I did that just now, because I misread the word, and then I went back, and then I started thinking, with the look of serenity hovering about both dark faces. I thought I said above. I thought I said above. So I'm like, above? No. In my mind, I'm like, no, that can't be above. I go back, and it's not above. It's about. So that's why I stumbled right there. And I stumbled a few other times, too, and it's for, similar reasons. But let's take it from the top. Like I said, this is going to be, if you're not built for, this, you don't want to stick around. Now, I would say a benefit that you may gain from this is quality control. This is going to give you some quality control. It's going to give you patience. If you don't have patience, and I'll make it entertaining. You don't worry about that. I'm a Kelly, so I do. I just say that and the garage door opens up, so I'll break your attention every now and then. But this is how the process is going to go. Sounds like either my wife is home or my son is opening the garage for some reason. Anyways, this process is going to be it's a process. I'm learning at the same time. I've never written a story in real time while trying to entertain. Not really trying to entertain, but I know on YouTube you have people that take long drives. You have people working out at the gym. You got people with their minds in their phones. And if your mind is going to be in your phone, why not put it on something that's going to benefit you? And I said this before. I said this earlier on the first video. Once I start posting these videos and they start catching on, I know there are people out there who love writing, and all of my hashtags. What do you call them? Hashtags are going to be for writers. So I know there are people out there who love a good story, and I already know this is the second in my lifetime story that I attempted to write into a book. The first was, I'll say maybe the third. This may be the third, because the very first was a story I wrote in the third grade called The Black Knight. That story was about me and my Uncle Clay and my cousin Sandy, and we were black knights back in royalty times, like African American knights back in royalty time. And I wish I could find that story. I was 9 years old when I wrote that, and my teacher, Miss Harperson, she made a big deal about it, and that's when I really fell in love with, not really fell in love with writing, but that's when that kind of solidified my love of writing. I fell in love with writing when my mom started me writing brother. So when my mom started writing me, making me write letters to my aunts and uncles who were in New York City, Harlem, New York, and Brooklyn, New York, and you know, I'm from South Carolina, so I would write them letters like for my birthday and for Christmas, and you know, in a roundabout way, ask for things, and they would, you know, be highly impressed with my letters, and they would send me things. That's when I said, oh, writing is powerful. That's when I first thought to myself, writing is powerful. So with that being said, you know, I'm gonna make these like 15-minute videos at a time. We're at 11 minutes now. I just read that little part. Let's go back, take it from the top. Like I said, I'll keep it entertaining. Let me just get a sip of water. Okay, and I really appreciate you all being here. Chapter 1. It was another warm morning in Green Pond, a small town with only a handful of stop signs and one blinking light. The charming little settlement sat approximately 13 miles north of Walterboro, South Carolina. All right. Okay. That's my brother and my sister now. Checking on my mom. Come on, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna have to turn this off. Let me start from the beginning. It was another warm morning in Green Pond, a small town with only a handful of stop signs and one blinking yellow light. The charming little settlement sat approximately 13 miles north of Walterboro, South Carolina. What little coolness that had been left behind by the night had all but faded away, and as the fog dissipated by the rising sun, the bajillion day dwellers of the forest were awakening to a new, crisp morning. Somewhere in those lush green woods, a father and his son eagerly walked down a beaten path, brushing away spider webs while looking up and down for creepy crawlers. They were on their way to the fishing hole to catch a few redbreasts for dinner, or perhaps tomorrow's breakfast. With a look of serenity hovering about both dark faces, they were hoping that after reaching their destination, and like so many other times, peace and tranquility would once again take them over. Hopefully things wouldn't be like the last time, however, when too many fish, too small, or the occasional turtle took the worm. Boy, it sure is hot. Feels like the sun has moved closer to the earth. Okay, so right here, this is some editing right here. Yeah. Boy, it sure is getting hot. Feel like the sun done moved closer to the earth. Feel like the sun done moved closer to the earth. See that right there. That's editing in real time. Again, let me say this. We're at 13 minutes. Let me say this. This is a first for me. You guys bear with me. This is gonna take a while to get this thing rolling, but I assure you. Let me assure you of something right now, real quick. By the way, I'm going to start saying the dates. Today is September 7th. I'll say that at the beginning. These 5 books, they weigh about a good 6-7 pounds in my hand. Saving Miss Caroline. Sunshine, this is a poetry book. You know, I'm gonna redo that one. Anyways, Mech. This is a book about 5 black superheroes. Ill Manic, my last published book. That's about mental illness. It's not gonna help you, but it may help you. And Jaja, These 5 books, 4 novels, and 1 poetry book. That's my resume. So if you wanna, it's at 15 minutes. So if you wanna gain some, I don't know what you're gonna gain, but you'll gain something. Stick around. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, comment. I'll probably start over again. Maybe 5, 10 more times. Y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. Till next time, I'm out.